This week, South Australia take on the Vics in the Under-18 series. Is this the youngest skip in the country? Developing the juniors in the Riverland. And there's plenty happening at Torrensville. 4 clubs merge to become one mega bowls club.
Well, welcome back. Another episode of Bowls Exposed. We're here at the Torrensville Bowling Club, and we'll be joined today with Bruce Mader, Rick Gatto and Peter Ward to talk about their amalgamation, the amalgamation of Underdale, the redevelopment they've got planned, and some of the great things to happen here.
Also coming up on the show, we have Paul Griffiths, the Junior Development Coach for Bowls Riverland Country SA, and we'll have some action from the SA Vic Under-18 series.
And as part of that, we're going to be interviewing Josh Studham, who is one of the stars of the South Australian boys team for that series. That'll be pretty good to listen to. Plus, we've also got, starting this week, the Get Bowled Over program at 2 clubs, Noarlunga and Lockleys. So get onto the Bowls SA website, find out where that program's happening near you, and get your youngsters down to get into the Bowled Over program.
Well, thanks guys. Looks like we've got a lot to get through this episode, but hey, while we're at it, let's go and have a look at the Vic VSA series.
All right, so we're here chatting with Taylor and Brodie from the Victorian team. So how's the last few days been going for you guys?
It's been really fun with all the guys in the SA group. It's been really good. Really good quality bowls.
Squish in, got to fit you in the camera.
No, I don't want to.
So Mark, how's it been for you these last few days?
Yeah, look, it's been a terrific series. It's great to see the young ones showing their wares to the selectors. So we've got nationals back here in September, and yeah, it's been a terrific series for us to see who's playing well on these greens when we come back over next time.
Yeah. So what's the future for bowls for you boys? Where do you hope to go from here? All right, Mark, so how did it go the last few days?
Very well, yeah. Boys and girls both played very consistently all week. Boys especially, they did a little number on the Victorians, which was good to see, especially what they did to us last year. So
okay,
it's good to get a win on our home deck.
Yeah, it's good. I'm pretty proud with how the girls went, and we've had a good series. And yeah, the SA girls were really good to play against, so they're always nice.
Yeah, the girls, they're a little bit more improving to do. So we got 9 months before nationals. So hopefully we get a little bit more work in and they'll do better there.
We only lose 1 girl from our national side last year, so we've still got a bit of experience in there, and whereas the South Australian girls were probably where our boys are. So it just works out that way. Different times, it goes in phases, and yeah, we were happy with the results for the girls today.
Yeah. So any plans for the nationals or the APL in the future? Haven't thought about it?
Josh, not me.
You just thinking about it? No?
That's a possibility.
Yeah, they did really well. I'm very proud of the whole team.
You said you had some newbies, so this is the first time.
We've got Amber.
This is my first season of bowls and first test series and being in the stateside as well.
Wow, you're thrown in the deep end.
Yeah, first season as well.
So you've enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Good to verse and get experience against the Victorians and stuff. It's good.
We lost 4 out of our 5 from last year's national team in the boys, so we had 4 newies, a couple of them only 13 years of age. So hopefully over the next few years they'll all develop, and we'll have a stronger side in a couple of years' time. But we're in a bit of a development phase at the moment.
Victoria's always tough. They're very good. They've got great coaches, and yeah, they're very good competition.
So who's the toughest competitor out there on the Victorian side?
Well, I'd say probably Curtis Hanley. Yeah.
And now to you guys, who was the toughest competitor?
Oh, me.
So everyone's been good sports, have they?
Yeah, really good sports.
Yeah.
So South Australia's been treating you well?
Yep.
Yeah, they have been, yeah.
We had lots of fun and it was good playing with all the other teammates.
Yeah, we've got Mark.
Yep.
Mark Haynes.
All right, so tell us about Mark as a coach.
I think it's just camaraderie from between both states. Like we all, we respect each other. So, and we always give it a good hit out in the green. And when we come off, we're, friends on off the green. So.
Yeah, he's alright. He's always floating around when you need him.
Yeah.
Just call him over.
Giving you some good tips.
good advice.
Good advice.
Always, yeah.
Excellent. And it is so great to see young people getting into bowls.
Oh, it is. I wish I'd started at that age too. But yeah, look, they've got good hand-eye coordination, and they love the game and such. Those who do play it.
They seem to get through the ends pretty quick too.
Oh yeah, they run up and down. They're a bit fitter than most of us olders.
Katie, you're sort of disappearing on the end there. How was your game?
Oh, it was alright. I'm not going to complain.
We're hoping to go to nationals, maybe win a few medals, some games would be nice.
Down a bit. Great. Yeah, good ball.
I tell you what, those boys, once they get a microphone in front of them, they're very hard to keep quiet, aren't they? They're just talking 10 to the dozen about bowls, all the way.
But the girls, they love to talk, no matter what.
Well, exciting stuff. And look, we will be hearing more from Josh Studham later in the show. But until then, we'll catch up with some of the guys here at the Torrensville Bowling Club and find out more about the club and what makes this such a fantastic venue.
So I'm here with Peter Ward, who is the current president of the newly formed Torrensville Bowling Club and the former president of Underdale Bowling Club, one of the clubs that came together to form this merger of the new club. So Peter, can you tell us a little bit about the venue and the facilities that you've currently got?
I guess the key thing is we've now sold Underdale over at Holbrooks Road, so that's going to fund the new development. What we've got here at the moment are 14 outdoor greens.
Yep.
You've got a club room that's pretty used but usable.
Yeah.
And out the back, where we'll have a look in a minute, we've got plenty of room to build a whole new 12-rink undercover facility and hopefully another 12-rink outdoor green. Now, if you don't know, we have 4 foundation clubs: Theberton, High Marsh, Airport and Underdale. We've got Rick and Cheryl Moxie, who are from Airport Club. And over the back here, you've got Charlie and Norm, who are from Theberton originally.
Joined Theberton in 1964.
Wow.
In this building.
So how does it feel to be coming back to the club where you started and be a part of all those new changes again?
Yeah, it's a bit funny really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pleased I'm still alive and able to play bowls.
Sounds like
51 years, yeah.
51 years. You should be getting a retirement package or something for that, shouldn't you?
I'm past my use by that.
Surely not. And you guys would be excited about the new developments too, then you'd be a big part of that. Yeah.
Really, in the end, we just couldn't survive as a very small club.
Yeah, sure.
So here we are now in Torrensville, waiting for the next part of the dream to come.
Yeah, the Bowls Australia, Bowls SA, they've all expressed interest in being able to use the facility.
Yeah.
Certainly we get a lot of interest from the corporate sector already.
Oh, great.
Night hours is growing.
Yep.
So we'll be able to bowl 24/7.
Yeah.
So, which will be just great for the club.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Norman family who donated the land at Underdale, this is their legacy to further lawn bowls, and that's really what we're here for. The idea is to fit in a 12 rink, hopefully 8 and 4.
Yep.
8 rinks and 4 rinks. With a big dome structure so it can be all year round. And where the council is helping us is that they would make good this piece of land.
Making it available for you
so
to
that
develop.
it'll be flat, ready to build on and put a green on once the project's up and running. So that's a great contribution from council.
Absolutely.
So if we had the undercover green here, a new club room, and then the outdoor greens on the southern side of the club room, it'd be similar layout to this, but it'd be future-proof for the next 50 years.
In 2016, why not promote your club on Bowls Exposed? Our team will be heading far and wide to bring your news to the world of lawn bowls. So contact us now and we'll be seeing you in 2016.
Well, hey, we've got some great footage and we'll be talking to Josh Studham, who we believe is the youngest skip at top level in any comp, probably nationally. But a bit of a sneak preview before we go to that. Michael, you were his lead on the weekend, mate. How'd he go?
Certainly was. Well, I can tell you, Josh we call him Rogan Josh. He's got no fear, that's for sure. He took the bull by the horns and he was a great skipper. We went down by 3 shots in the end, but we pulled back 11 shots in the last 3 ends. So I think he really stepped into the role. You see more and more with these players, they've just got no fear at that level. They handle the pressure really well. So I think he's going to be a fantastic skipper in years to come. I'm looking forward to it.
Beautiful.
But that is, you raise an interesting point that he is the youngest skipper at a top division in Australia, but that's as far as we know. So we wanted to throw it out to our watchers and our viewers and our Facebook community. Do you know of anyone who is younger? Josh is 15
wow.
When he took the reins this week. So if you know of anyone out there who's younger or can contest that title, drop us a line and let us know. We'd love to find out and see if we can find them.
I'm Josh Studham from the country in Port Wakefield. I came down to Holdfast Bay just to have experience with a high standard of bowls and what's in the country at the moment. So travel down with my parents each week and that's about it. I'm the only one who plays from my area. We're playing Grange. I think I'm skipping against Paul Bandick, which I hear it's his first time skipping as well. So should go all right, just play my normal bowls. I'm in Year 10 at Ballock High, so have heaps of time off school. Head into state for a lot of tournaments, heading up to the Gold Coast later to play in the Australian Open, where I'm taking 3 weeks off school. Probably won't catch up on my schoolwork. Hopefully I can continue on with the game and go as far as I can, hopefully represent Australia.
We're joined here with 2 people from the Torrensville Bowling Club. We've got Bruce Mader and Rick Gatto. Guys, welcome aboard Bowls Exposed.
Thanks, CJ.
Guys, exciting things happening down here at the club. We've had an amalgamation of Underdale and Hindmarsh, and you know, we're talking off camera, and one of the interesting things I'd like you to talk us through is it's hard enough to get a bowls club, one bowls club to do something. Talk to how did you get 2 clubs to do one common thing?
Well, we started off the discussions very early in the piece saying everything's got to be equal, transparent, above board. So any communication we had was equal. When we set up the club, it was all on the basis of equality. And the fundamental success driver, I think, was the basis that we're starting a new club.
At the time, we both understood that the clubs weren't going that good for lack of membership. So we sat down, had a couple of beers and we spoke about it and we got things more or less moving that way. And then just come and talk to our members gradually and got everyone mixing up together and went on from there.
There's some great plans for redevelopment, for expansion, vibrant future for the club. What are some of the plans for the redevelopment?
Yeah, well, we're building a world-class undercover all-year-round facility just out the back here between the club rooms and the oval. In conjunction with that, obviously another club room. So we're trying to basically set it up as a centre of excellence, and have it as a reference site for national and international tournaments and such, and basically raise the profile.
So what are some of those boxes that really need to be ticked for you guys to say that's for us?
Well, obviously it's the cover over the green and the green itself for the new facility, but that's pretty one to have. We've got a few suppliers that will do that. The other bit is how we can set it up for the members, like viewing areas, entertaining areas, for the invalids and things like that, how they can get on and off the greens and support them. Basically, all the functions, the bar itself, how that interfaces with the club room and the green. So fundamentally, just to get a place that works.
You know, I guess if you're thinking of this as a venue that could potentially have televised events, that's probably another area that most clubs will be thinking about, where am I going to put the camera, where does the power go?
Well, absolutely, especially being two clubs that, were deemed to be fairly small clubs.
Yeah.
To go from there to what's going to become an iconic venue in South Australia is a fair step, and it's been a lot of hard work by a lot of people, but it's a fair step to take. We're really excited about where it's going.
Yeah. So, is there an investment sort of number out there that's being thrown around that we're going to be putting into this?
Yeah, we're putting in about 1.5 million to the project. And then I think it's another 400,000 for fitting out or something.
And obviously contribution that we're talking to already to governments and councils that's going to contribute. They're excited about the prospects. So if we're starting by this time next year, we'll be doing pretty well. But there is scope for doing it sooner.
You guys aren't going to know yourself in 12 months, 18 months, eh?
Good for advertising too, so close to South Road.
Absolutely. Another stream of revenue.
Another thing, perhaps a name on the roof of the new venue for when people fly in, because the planes come straight over.
Sure.
Which
sounds like you've got all the bases covered.
Well, we actually seen other clubs talking about amalgamation. And you can understand people don't want to lose their name or their identity, but we just thought we were in the situation where we had to do it. Other clubs talk about it and they stop. You've got to do it. If you want to do it, you've got to bite the bullet and do it.
Let's have a look at the footage that the boys got up while they were in the Riverland before Christmas. They talked with Paul Griffiths, the junior development coach up there.
We're here with Paul Griffiths, junior development coach from Bowls Riverland. So, Paul, tell us what do you get up to with the young players?
With the Bowls and the Riverland do mainly a lot of work at high schools. In particular, Loxton High School for about 4 years. I've been having PE classes coming up. We do about 3 sessions per class over about a 5-6 week period. Been doing that, as I said, for a couple of years. I've done some work with East Murray Area School where the students have come in 86 kilometres one way to do their Stage 1 bowling. Wow. We did that for, again, 3 or 4 weeks, which was absolutely superb, and the kids succeeded in that. I've done the same over at Glossop, bowling at the Berry Bowling Club, with the students from Glossop High School who've come across and done their PE part for their Stage 1 and 2.
And so what are the challenges in attracting young bowlers?
I see the challenges here as being other sports in particular. Because of the climate we've got, it's so easy for kids to go off and play cricket, basketball, netball, tennis, water sports in particular, take away their summertime. And also I believe that there's a change in the demographics. We used to get parents and their sons playing or their daughters playing and then their grandchildren playing, but we're not having that anymore to the same degree now. So competing with other sports in an area where sport is prolific is very, very difficult.
Tell us about your bowling career.
I took up bowling because I couldn't play my running sports anymore. And I've had a fair degree of success across 2 clubs at Loxton and at Berry. I've now stopped bowling because physically it's become too demanding, and I'm just trying to keep myself involved by getting involved more and more in as much coaching as I possibly can.
Great work up there, Paul. It's great to see someone with such commitment to developing the juniors of our game up in the Riverland under obviously very competitive conditions with other sports and other interests for young people up in the Riverland.
And I got that out of that as well, and he did mention it, we find here in the metropolitan area as well, Michael, that the competitiveness, not just within our sport, but against other sports and keeping the youth in there. So it's great to see Paul up there fighting the fight on a daily basis. You're from the Riverland, started your bowls up there?
Started my bowls up there. I've great memories of touring clubs and meeting lots of the community. That was probably before things like the internet and the modern age. Not giving anything away, but so I understand there's a lot of commitment, a lot of competition up there, and bowls probably not being the highest profile of sports, it's hard to compete against the traditional ones up there. Great, so coming up over the next couple of weeks we've got lots of interesting stories. One of the things we wanted to get out there for our Facebook followers, is we wanted to introduce an idea of straight to the pool room. I think it was your idea, TJ. It's a great name.
Well, it wasn't mine. I did play against a certain bowler last couple of weeks that introduced it, and I'll send him a private message thanking him for the idea. But
that's a great idea. So what we're looking for out there is anecdotes or video footage of any crazy little antics that might have happened out on the bowling green with your local club. Things that you think are worthy of a nomination to go straight into the pool room, that should be memorialised, maybe never repeated, but should be memorialised. So if you've got anything out there, start writing them down, get them into our Facebook and YouTube account, and let us know.
Fantastic, fantastic, Michael. Look, over the next few weeks, we're going to have Australian bowler Brett Wilkie on Skype. Shuey from Cabramatta, we're going to hopefully get him
Very
on
excited about that one.
And find out what makes a good bowler.
Yeah.
We might be able to improve after all, thanks to recent suggestions. We've got Greenkeepers Talks, their work in the game, which I think is vital and we cover on a constant basis. Night Owls, of course, and those people that keep the club going during the week and out there in the greens. We want to know from anywhere around, from Helensvale to Huntly Do, what makes your club so special? Get on our Facebook page at Bowls Exposed.
Particularly things that your club has developed that encourage new members, retain new members, things that you feel other clubs could learn from, or mistakes that you've made.
Or even if you've got a 500 gamer, 1,000 gamer coming up or something,
well,
you want to let us know about?
You're right there, Jess, and we've got a couple of thousand gamers from Hawthorn Bowling Club, so we'll be doing some footage with those guys. But look, hey, next week we venture out to the Salisbury Bowling Club, heading out north, close to Jess's home world. Look, until then, thanks very much, Jess, Michael.
Thanks,
we'll see you next week.